Hello everybody, I would like to welcome you back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a video on the Deuteronomy 18 test. Deuteronomy 18 provides a foundational biblical standard for discerning true and false prophets among the Israelites. Delivered by Moses as part of his final instructions, this chapter outlines both the positive role of prophets as God's spokespersons and the critical test for distinguishing genuine prophecy from falsehood. So, to dive into the context of Deuteronomy 18, first, in the setting, Moses addresses the Israelites on the plains of Moab after 40 years of wandering, preparing them to enter the promised land. Some of the key figures, we have Moses there. He's the mediator of God's law. We have the Levites, who are the priests, and we have the future prophets. The purpose of this is to establish guidelines for spiritual leadership, worship, and avoidance of pagan practices. Essentially, these were instructions to operate in accordance with God's will. The role of the prophets. According to Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19, it is foretold that God will raise up a prophet like Moses from among the Israelites. This prophet will communicate God's words directly to the people, and the people are commanded to listen to him. So in Deuteronomy 18:20 through 22, we see a clear method for testing a prophet. The first criteria is the prophet must speak in the name of Yahovah. Now, in your Bible, it may say Lord, or it may say capital Lord, but this is referring to the Hebrew God and not in the name of other gods. So it's referring to the Tetragrammaton Yohevah. Only that one true God, no other. The second criteria is the prophecy must come true. If what the prophet predicts does not happen, then the message was not from God. When a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, if the word does not come true or come to pass, that is a word that the Lord has not spoken. The prophet has spoken presumptuously. You need not to be afraid of him. That is found in Deuteronomy 18 and 22. So, to apply the test, if a prophet predicts that an event in God's name and it fails to occur, the prophet is deemed false and should not be feared or followed. If a prophet who speaks in the name of other gods or claim divinity or divine authority falsely, they are subject to severe penalties, including death. And this test is retrospective. It can only be applied after the prophecy's fulfillment window has passed. So, what is the purpose and its limitations? The Deuteronomy 18 test is primarily a safeguard against false prophets who may lead Israel astray. It does not serve as a comprehensive test for all true prophecy. Essentially, it is not all inclusive because some prophets may give conditional prophecies, or those may be fulfilled in unexpected ways, but it is a definitive test for identifying false prophets. So essentially, it's not a comprehensive test for true prophecy, but it's definitive for false prophets. The Deuteronomy 18 test remains a central biblical standard for evaluating prophetic claims. It requires both fidelity to Yehovah and the fulfillment of the prophetic predictions. Deuteronomy 18 equips the community to discern authentic spiritual leadership and avoid deception. So just think about some of the prophets who you may look up to. When they give their prophecy, is it in the name of Yehovah? Or is it in the name of someone else? Just think about it. When you're in the synagogues, when you're at the church or in these random meetings, whose name is brought up the most? Do they say Yehovah? Or do they say the Lord, but the Lord can be speaking to humans. It could be speaking to a messianic individual, and or it may be speaking to the Almighty. That's just the way how it's translated. But if you ask the congregation, who are you speaking about? 9 out of 10 times they are not speaking about the Almighty, Yehovah. More than likely they're speaking about someone else. But ask, okay? Nonetheless, stay away from false prophets. They will not benefit you. They are contrary to the Almighty. Thank you and have a great day.